to share a message today about the battle of the ego versus the higher self. In all of us, we have this internal battle going on. It's expressed inside of us and all around us at the exact same time. What I love about learning really, really deep topics is honestly, they all come from within. So the more you learn about your external world, you actually find out things about your internal world. So the ego is your self-expression, your base connection basically to this earth. It is the way that you say, I'm here, look at me, I'm awesome. You know, like a 2-year-old. Imagine a 2-year-old walking in a room full of people, like they immediately want to express themselves because they're full of ego, they're full of self-expression. In your astrology, your ego is your sun sign. You've all heard of a inflated ego, someone with an inflated ego. And I'm sure you know people that don't have enough ego, right? Like they don't express themselves at all. Like they're too internal or too like closed off. Ego is how we self-identify with our surrounding. Ego is also what makes us unique and separate from, you know, the things that are around us, because it's what makes me and this tree separate from myself. Yet, me and the tree are also one. So, take that how it resonates. Ego is something that likes to be in control. It's like a demanding boss, right? Because your ego is like your boss. It's kind of like, this is what I want, and this is how I want it, when I want it, da-da-da. That's like your ego. Your ego tells you how, what, when, where, and why to make it satisfied. Say someone embarrasses you, or you embarrass yourself. What comes from that? Your ego gets bruised, right? Let's say someone makes you feel ashamed or embarrassed. Your ego, you know, takes a hit. Ego is something we must have to experience this world. So ego can be very balanced and necessary. Your higher self is more about understanding, wisdom, knowledge. It's your oversoul. It's almost like, imagine having a guardian angel or a big brother, big sister, a protector, right? A very wise, older somebody. That's your oversoul. That's your higher self. Most people fail to identify with their higher selves just because we weren't taught. You know, we weren't taught it was even there. Most of us know we have an ego. Most of us know through the world, for example, sports, right? What do you express through sports? You want to compete, you want to win. Ego, right? You can have healthy competition, but then you can have, I want it my way all the time because I'm a failure. You know, you can get in these certain types of imbalance through the ego. And your higher self more so has the wisdom and the knowledge to, let's say you're a parent and you're gonna race your kid. Are you gonna beat your kid? Now, if you're trying to teach your kid something, but I'm saying inside, are you gonna be like, I wanna win? Like, you're not gonna overly compete with a child. There is this internal battle between the two that's going on because one's gonna win, basically. It's almost like your devil and your angel on your shoulder, right? Because not that all devil energy is bad and all angel energy is good. That's not really what that means. It's just kind of, we live in this yin and yang, dark and light type of duality realm. This dimension of earth is that way for whatever reason. So the ego will fight you. Ego will fight to keep control, to keep it just wants it its way. Like it doesn't like to change. It's like, no, I want my way. This is it. I'm stubborn. I'm stuck here. Don't bother me. You know. Versus the oversoul, the higher self is all about evolving and changing and growing and expanding through knowledge and experience and things like that. When you're a small child, your ego is naturally in the forefront. It's part of survival. It's kind of natural to be, 2 to, let's say, 7, and have a slightly inflated ego, right? Because it's your world. You have to, that's how you survive. It's your world. You have to be in control. You kind of want it your way. You don't really understand teamwork. You don't really understand the boundaries that you should kind of place for yourself comfortably. Not like everyone should be bounded, but you should have comfortable boundaries around your ego. Your ego should say, okay, even though I want it this way, maybe it'd be nice to share today. Even though I want to fight, maybe instead of fighting, I could find another solution. I like to look at the battle of the ego versus, literally, think of it, the ego versus the oversoul. I like to think of the battle as you slaying your dragon. Imagine in your mind that you have this on top of this big rocky volcano hill thing. There's this dragon, and it's always there. And your whole life, you imagine yourself climbing up this mountain to fight this dragon. But there's so many obstacles to get to this dragon. One, it's scary, right? So fear is in the way. So first, it's I know I want to slay the dragon because it's creating issues in my life. But, it's kind of what if it eats me, right? Okay, well, that's one concern. And then imagine 5 years of work, you slay that dragon, that part, you get him, you relinquish fear, you vanquish fear from within you. And then next time it's okay, I'm closer, but now it's now I'm all alone and it's scary. I want my friends, I need help, I can't do this alone. Okay, well, loneliness is another thing you've got to conquer, because ego is going to try to attach you as much as possible to the bottom of that mountain. It does not want you to succeed. It does not want you to slay that dragon, because it wants to be in control. It wants to have it its way. So again, you're climbing this mountain and there's so many obstacles. And then over time, after it's literally like the 7 deadly sins, which is also like the 7 colors of the rainbow, which is also like the 7 chakras. Literally everything that has to do with going from ego to your higher self is slaying all those things to get to the top. So for example, the rainbow, it starts at red and it ends at the purplish color. So first you got to go through red, which is anger, fear, security, roots. And then you've got to go through orange, that's your sacral chakra. Basically be able to express yourself, things that connect you to others and allow you to express. And then solar plexus, which is ego, identity, intuition. And then the heart, which is the 4th color of the rainbow. So then there's green, and at green, that's your heart chakra. This one's a really difficult one, especially if you've been through something in your life. So your heart chakra is like love, right? Unconditional love for the people you hate and the people you love. That's a really hard one. You have to love your enemy. This is a difficult chakra. This is a difficult ascension to get through. But love is something that you have to love all things, and including yourself. For real. You can't just have an inflated ego and be like, I love myself. It doesn't work that way. You actually have to love yourself and know thyself. So after you slay this monstrous part of the dragon, which is maybe chopping off its freaking wings, then you get to your throat chakra, which is blue. And at the blue, you get to speak your truth. After you speak this truth, you get to your 3rd eye. After you accomplish these things, you expand your 3rd eye, and your 3rd eye opens. You become awake and aware that you can really actually do this. This dragon is down, and it's possible. He's still breathing, but you're getting there. You understand it. You're slaying all these parts of it. So then after you figure that out, That's when you get close to your higher self, which is your oversoul. This is past the rainbow. This is the crown chakra. Now, this is the pot, the what they call it, the gold at the end of the rainbow. After you accomplish this level, you get to be in touch with your higher self. Your higher self is going to give you all the wisdom and knowledge that you need to exist in this world without being so attached to your ego. You need a little bit of ego. Ego is important, it's there, it's necessary, but it can be imbalanced. The way that I have discovered balancing these two is meditation. Meditation has given me so much insight, and especially research. Research and meditation has allowed me to almost conquer my dragon. Your ego is your devil. Your ego is trying to keep you down. It is literally your demon, your internal demon. In order to overcome your ego, you must detach. You cannot be so attached to this physical world, especially the material world. This material world is not all that there is. They want us to stay in this ego. They want us to perceive this as all there is, because if we ascend out up this ladder to our higher self, then we will be free from their traps, their tricks. I mean, seriously, they're keeping us in our ego, our lower chakras. They don't even want us to perceive the higher realms. We have to connect with our higher self. Our higher self is our inner child. Our higher self is what makes us happy and whole and one with the universe. It is our angel within. It is our light within. We have a dark side and we have a light side, all of us. The little thoughts in our head that come talking to us in our ears, good and bad, those are that's what I'm expressing. That's like your ego and your higher self, right? You got 7 voices, that's possible too. And they're just kind of coming at you. That's what that is. It's trying to, one, keep you in a certain place. Ego sometimes is trying to protect you too, but it's really trying to protect itself because it's selfish. It's kind of like, let's say you had a lot of bad things happen to you in your life, and you're so fearful now of the outside world that you literally just stay in this box because it's safe. This little tiny box, you're safe in there. You don't leave, because if you leave, bad things happen, right? Well, no. No, that's your ego. Your ego's lying to you. It's trying to trick you because, one, it's trying to protect you from all the bad things that have happened. But it's also just really trying to protect itself, because if it goes out into the world and it experiences things, it may feel scared again or fear, No, the whole world is not scary. We can't perceive the world that way. There's too many beautiful things out here for us to be scared. The world is about experiencing life. The world is about experiencing greater parts of ourselves and to connect to our higher self. Our oversoul is calling out to us, and it's time to break free from the chains of our ego and ascend to our greatest version of ourselves. I want to help people find their higher self. I want people to find the creative inner child version of themselves. We don't have to just grow old and wither away. We are awesome. We are musicians, artists. We are the freaking creators, okay? We need to get back into our inner child, which is endless adventure, endless possibilities of what the world could offer us. By doing this through wisdom, you battle and conquer a lot of things on the way up. So while you live in wisdom, you can leave behind a lot of that ego. You are a drop of the entire ocean, yet the entire ocean is in that single drop. You are capable of so many great things, and we can find this by ascending to our higher self and finding out who we are, remembering, letting go. Drop all that heavy baggage. Let it go. Let it go like Frozen, okay? Yeah. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. You don't have to agree. You can go that way, far over there, or far over there. I'm gonna stay right here. Go search for your oversoul. Go look for your higher self. It's waiting for you. Listen, it's speaking. Just like, pick up the phone. Pick up the phone. It's calling you. Ignore the call of the ego. The ego's had enough. The ego can take a break. Put the ego on the back burner. Start taking that call. Like, hello? Oh. All right. Have a good day, guys.